What's going on, guys? So today is my birthday. That's right, I am turning 33 today. It is absolutely insane. As of recording this though, I am recording it a day in advance, so it's actually the day before my birthday technically, but you guys are watching this on my birthday, August 21st, which is absolutely insane. Time flies, especially when you have kids and everything. It's absolutely insane. So in this specific video, I kind of wanted to reminisce a little bit and go backwards in time. A lot of people don't know this, but I have a video from many years ago, 2009, December 28th, 2009, if I remember correctly, it's somewhere on YouTube. I can't remember the name of that video or anything like that. The only thing I remember is that it's on YouTube somewhere. And it was from my first deployment to Afghanistan. The reason I recorded that video was simply just so that I can put together a bunch of pictures in a like a slideshow type of way. That way I can just send it to my family, but I couldn't email it to them or anything. It was too difficult to do that at the time. So I ended up uploading it to YouTube and then just simply sending them the link. I don't remember the name of the video, so I couldn't find it. However, I did remember that I had a copy or the original file still on, like, saved. So what I ended up doing is I uploaded it up to YouTube onto this channel, actually, so you guys can actually see it yourself. It's going to be dated, obviously, like, recently, comparatively speaking, but it is definitely an old video that I made while I was in Afghanistan on my first deployment. And it's something that I haven't watched in a very long time, and I want to watch and reminisce here with you guys. So this video is it's got copyrighted content on it in form of music. So what I'm gonna do is just play the video muted. I'm gonna put some, you know, little after effects music or whatever, so that it's not completely silent with my voice, you know, because if I did do that or whatever, if I just let it play, it would get copyrighted and then the video would never get pushed. So I'm just gonna watch it muted and then add some non-copyrighted music afterwards. And then once it's done playing, what I plan to do is go back and just kind of reminisce a little bit with you guys, frame by frame or picture by picture, and tell you a short little story off each I guess clip. This video is only like 3 minutes long, so it's not gonna be very long. So yeah, I kind of want to get started on this and reminisce a little bit. So if you guys haven't done so, do me a huge favor, drop a like on this video. Also subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because it really does help this channel grow. So let's jump into this. Oh man, throwback. That was my wife, actually, of 10 years. We're no longer together, but insane. Throwbacks. Look at that, 2009. You can tell these pictures are very old. That's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken, by the way. A few of my favorite pictures in the military are actually in this video of like my favorite pictures that I've ever taken. It's a great picture as well, but not one of my favorites. That's us building a base. It's a camel. Those are the French Marines, by the way. Man, those are the MRAPs that we used to have. The first set of MRAPs, because we did swap out to some of the newer MATVs at a later time. Oh, there's a funny story about this one that I'll tell you guys after the video. Or once we get to the screen by screen or picture by picture stuff. Good times, man. That's me in the black, by the way. It's my birthday, if it's not already obvious. Good times. Oh man. My face is hurting because I'm just I have like the biggest smile on my face. I do have an unedited, copyrighted version that I said I uploaded. So if you want to watch it with the original, music on there, I won't make a penny out of it, but I will put it in the description down below, or you guys can just find it on my main page. So, yeah. Just for this one, obviously, I prefer having it muted so that at least it's not copyrighted, this specific video, That's another one of my favorite pictures. I used to think I was so cool back in the day, man. That's funny. Afghanistan. Individual experiences may vary. Alright, well, obviously these two things are not in the video. Those are things that are post. Obviously, it's something that YouTube does. So I'm going to go ahead and restart this video, and let's go frame by frame. So this is my wife of 10 years. We're no longer together. I'm not going to get into the specifics behind it. We don't have the greatest relationship, but we don't have a bad relationship either. We have a working relationship, if you will, for the kids. I have the kids. I have custody of the kids, and so I'm technically a single father. But this is my wife. This was 3 months after she had my first kid, which was my daughter. And obviously I deployed. This was the day I deployed to Afghanistan on my first deployment. It was a very big day. This building actually was the building I used to work with at Fort Hood. Good times, man. Good times. I miss the military. This was my squad. This is this guy is gonna come in a later picture. I'm gonna mention him a little bit more. His name was Spires. This was my original squad when I deployed to Afghanistan. Midway through the deployment, though, I ended up switching. This was first squad. I ended up switching to second squad. So I ended up being with a whole different person. This is Staff Sergeant Carmona. Rest in peace. He ended up passing away from what I heard was I'm not gonna get into it, but rest in peace to Sergeant Carmona. He was a hard ass, but he was a good dude, Two of my friends that I was deployed with. That was me, obviously, me thinking I'm cool, a little PFC right here. I was a little baby in the military. That's such a cool picture, man. I thought I was so cool. This was my 240 Bravo, obviously, and my my M4 back in the day. This is actually a really good picture. I really, really like this picture, actually. Typical military picture. This, again, was one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken in the military. Obviously, I don't have my vest on, just my helmet. This is because I took this picture on base. We weren't on a mission or nothing. I think we were just moving the vehicles to some other location. I don't remember specifically what we were doing, but I wasn't a driver. I was the gunner, so I was always on top. So I thought it was cool that I was driving the MRAP, because it didn't happen very often. It's not my first time ever driving, but it was a few times that I've driven, and I just felt like it was a cool moment, so I just took a picture, and it turned out to be a very good one, as a matter of fact. This was us basically training the Afghan National Police. This picture was taken by that guy Spires that I told you in the beginning of the video. He took this picture and sent me a few pictures that he took at a later time, right? To include one of my favorite pictures I've ever had, that's ever been taken from me. It's a great picture, and it was so good, as a matter of fact, that I just had to throw it in to this compilation, obviously. This was, I mean, I kind of said it already. This was us just building the base that we were living in. This was us just on a mission. I saw a guy, pulling a camel, so I decided to bring it. This is cool right here. These are the French Marines with their, I think they call them Caesars over there. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember exactly. We have our own versions. They're called howitzers. But I think theirs is called Caesars. But yeah, it was pretty insane. that they provided our basis, you know, security, like actual base security. That's what they did. While us Americans, they went out on missions too, but for the bulk of the missions that went outside of base, we did it as Americans. But again, they did as well. This was us on a mission. We were driving, obviously, and took a quick moment, obviously, to just record a little bit my experience from the gun. That was my 50 cal Modus that I always had to carry and lug around. This right here was another picture taken by Spires. It looks like I'm looking right at the camera, but I'm telling you guys right now, I never knew this picture got taken. It just kind of appears like I'm looking at the camera, but again, I never knew that this picture was taken. It wasn't until like 2 years later when he told me that he found some pictures of me that I guess, for lack of better words, that I found out that this picture was taken, and he sent it to me, and I thought it was pretty awesome, actually, because this picture looks great. One of my favorite pictures of all time. It looks like I'm suffering almost, because it was very painful being in Afghanistan in the very intense heat with full gear on top of the gun, you know what I mean? You should have seen us after missions. We were soaked and wet, the gunners. It was pretty intense. That's just me and Harris in front of a Kiowa. This was us just messing around playing volleyball. She was my driver. We had such a great relationship downrange. We don't talk that much anymore, but downrange, she was like my go-to, you know? Like, and I like to think that she was the same for me. We really cared about each other a lot downrange. It was pretty awesome. And this is just an Afghan National Police that we were training, so we just decided to take a picture. He looks like he hates his life, by the way. This was on my birthday. I turned 21 in Afghanistan. That's me on Bagram Air Force Base. Again, Bagram Air Force Base. I think this is right when we got there. Maybe. If it wasn't, it was probably one time we were visiting. But it's kind of funny that I forgot to put the lanyard on my belt, and it just looks kind of goofy. Everything looks pretty cool, except the fact that I forgot to put the lanyard on. It'll look ridiculous, but okay, sure, let's just go with that. I hate vertical foregrips, by the way. I hate them. I prefer angled foregrips or just no foregrips at all. But I don't like those. This was me shooting an AK-47. This little clip is kind of funny though, because my friend Duteen was talking so much crap just because he could. Nothing that he was saying was true. He's just one of those guys that just likes to talk crap just to talk crap. Love him to death though, man. Like, he's one of those types of people that it's like he talks a lot of crap, but you just can't help but have nothing but love for him. He's one of those types of people, and I don't know. I love him to death. I was so happy. Good times. Man. You can see the local nationals in the back just looking at us right there. It's pretty funny. We weren't training or anything. We're just BSing, really. By the way, this is another great picture that I took. I think it looks fantastic. This was me prepping the radios, and I decided to take a break and take a picture. Because why not, right? I was prepping the radios for obvious reasons. We were going out on a mission. So, and that was part of my responsibility as the gunner. At least for my squad, that was what they designated to be my responsibility, was to prep the radio. So I did. Every day before we went on a mission, I prepped the radios and got my gun ready for whatever life handed me that day. This was me right outside Fob Morales Fraser, which is where I was at. And that was my truck. This is me right there with my little gunner's harness and everything. This, I think, was hilarious in retrospect because it says Afghanistan individual experiences may vary. You have like the one half of the people that it's I guess we used to call them fobbets because they would literally just live on base. They would never go outside the wire or anything. And this is how they live their life. They'll just go, you know, get some food, whatever, go to the PX or whatever, and just live their life normally, just downrange, obviously. And then you had our side, which was always going out on mission in the rough, always, you know, doing what we needed to do to survive personally and for our teammates and, you know, our own people to survive as well. And it was two sides of the coin. But where I think this is funny is that on my first deployment, when this video was created, this was me. My second deployment was largely this side over here, so I kind of lived both sides of this coin. So it's pretty funny. And then of course, Old Glory to end the video. I loved this ending, by the way, how it just kind of zooms in, and then when the video ends, it just kind of fades out. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I love the fact that I got to see this video again. It really brought back a lot of memories. A lot of the stuff that I saw here, obviously I have a lot more memories that tie into that, but if I was to say everything that came to mind, this video would literally be like an hour and a half long. And I don't want it to be an hour and a half long. I want it to be somewhere roughly around 20 minutes. So there's that. This video though brought back so many memories, and I think it was so fitting that there was a picture of me turning 21 in the military in Afghanistan, and then now here I am post-military turning 33, and it's just full circle, man. Feels so good to reminisce. Miss my time. I miss my brothers and my sisters, man. To all of you guys, I love you. Miss you guys. And to all of you guys watching, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. If you did, let me know down in the comment section that you guys watched the full video. I would be very interested to see how many people actually stuck to the end. Not only that, but again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because it really does help this channel grow. So with that being said, catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.